That's so sick.
Damn, I'm getting goosebumps again.
What the fuck? Oh, hey, 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 yeah, yeah, yeah.
Hey everybody, and welcome to the YouTube channel. My name is Cam, this is Zay, and we are here watching Game of Thrones Season 3, Episode 10, Mhysa, the finale of Season 3. I'm excited to get in this one, but before we do, if you guys like what you're watching, please leave a like down below. It would really mean a lot, and also, you could help us reach our 1,000 subscribers by the end of the year goal by hitting that subscribe button to stay tuned for more. You can also hit that bell notification button to be notified the next time we upload a new video. It would be greatly appreciated. It would mean a lot. And if you are subscribed, thank you so much for being here. With that being said, Isaiah, what do you remember from the previous episode?
It was the worst night of my life. I basically lost one of the few characters I really liked, Rob, along with his really pretty wife, and Catelyn died, and that was insane. Walder Frey, basically tricked them into thinking that this marriage of his daughter to Rob's uncle would seal the deal and give Rob their army and everything. Soon as the uncle and the girl left, they killed all the guards, and Arya, who had been taken by the Hound, surprisingly, he was taking her to the Starks because he doesn't like the Lannisters. They got there. Luckily, they got there late and ended up. It seems like they're escaping. He basically grabbed her, knocked her out, and was like, "We're leaving." Put on the horse, and they're heading out. But that happened. That was just depressing. The Red Wedding. The one episode I'd heard about before, the name, people are like, "Oh, it's freaking crazy!" Like, and I didn't even.
He knew. He didn't even know it was the Red Wedding.
I didn't know it was that episode.
He only heard the name. That's it.
I thought the name of the episode would be the Red Wedding. Jamie went back. Was that episode when Jamie went back for Brienne? Or was that the Brienne?
Jamie went back for Brienne in a previous episode, but we did have Jon have to fight and escape the wildlings because he wouldn't cut off the old man's head.
Yeah, abandoned Ingrid. Yeah, so he abandoned her, which basically, now they really don't like him because he was trying to convince them this whole time that he's one of them now. He's not a crow anymore, this, that, and the other thing. Now that other one's going to try to slide on her because he was basically saying, like, you can't trust him. He's a crow still.
Well, that one died.
Oh, wait, he did.
Yeah, Jon killed him.
Yeah, Jon did kill him. So
he said, you were right the whole time.
And during this altercation, we have Bran, Rickon, and the other warg, Hodor, and
Bran warged into Hodor.
Yeah, knocked him out because Hodor was freaking being loud, screaming, and almost alerted the wildlings to where they were. Luckily, the leader, what's his name?
Tormund.
Tormund was like basically like whatever. Like the guy was like, "You heard that, right?" He's like, "It's just a win. Shut up." Basically, shut up. Let's keep moving. We're not worried about it. So they made the decision to have Rickon escape and leave Bran behind. I can't remember where they're bringing Rickon though.
I think they are bringing Rickon. I think they're bringing him to the Starks at.
Yes.
I'm not sure exactly where, but I think the whole point is.
Weren't they they're at the Twins, and that's where they were going to bring him?
Maybe. I'm not positive, but I think they're going to bring Rickon to the Starks. Correction, Rickon is being taken to House Umber, which is a house that holds fealty to the Starks. So it's a house that is loyal to the Starks and whatnot, and that's where Rickon is headed.
Okay, makes sense.
And with that being said, we also had Daenerys siege the city, pretty much. Dario and Jorah sneak in with Grey Worm, and they got soldiers to surrender, and so that's where we're at.
We didn't really get to see much develop post that though, did we? I don't think.
No, that was
They
it.
just
We
came.
know
They
that
came
did.
back basically confirming that they did it, but we don't know like
What's
now.
gonna happen now?
Yeah, hopefully we get something about that. But if not, then yeah. I mean, that's probably a decent recap. I think for. I mean, the main thing was the red wedding. Like, it's just awful, man. It's just awful.
Well, let's see what happens next. We won't keep you guys waiting any longer. Here we go. This is pretty much the Stark men going to war. I mean, what else are they going to do? They just killed their king.
Oh my god.
I guess maybe not going to war, but fighting
Yeah.
for their life.
Oh, Arya's about to get fucking.
They put his wolf's head on his body.
Yeah.
Fucked.
Arya has now seen some of the worst shit a child could
Yeah.
ever see.
Yeah.
Roslyn caught a fine fat trout. Her brothers gave her a pair of wolf pelts for her wedding. Signed, Walder Frey.
Robb Stark is dead. And his bitch mother. Write back to Lord Frey. Thank him for his service and command him to send Robb Stark's head. Serve it to Sansa at my wedding feast.
Your Grace. No. She is no longer yours to torment.
Everyone is mine to torment.
Oh, y'all realizing it now, huh? He's a fucking lunatic.
Monster.
Perhaps you should speak to me more softly then. Kings are dangerous, and just now kings are dying like flies.
I'll make sure you understand that when I've won your war for you.
My father won the real war. He killed
Yo.
Prince Rhaegar. He took
Tywin
the
and
crown
Tyrion
while
have
you
something
hid
in
on a
common.
costly rock.
Mm-hmm.
Grand Maester, perhaps some essence of nightshade to help him sleep.
I'm not tired.
You sound like a little baby boy. Little baby bitch, baby.
Oh, look at little Joffrey Jr.
You
Gonna cry?
He's so sad. He's so sad.
You just sent the most powerful man in Westeros to bed without his supper.
Believe he's the most powerful man in Westeros.
A treasonous statement. Joffrey is king.
You really think a crown gives you power? Why, it is more noble to kill 10,000 men in battle than a dozen at dinner.
The Northerners will never forget.
Good. Let them remember what happens when they march on the south. All the Stark men are dead. Winterfell is a ruin. Roose Bolton will be named Warden of the North.
Do you applaud Tywin for his decision, or do you consider him a coward?
He's smart. All's fair in love and war. And they're at war.
Not rape her.
A good man does everything in his power to better his family's position, regardless of his own selfish desires.
That's exactly what Ned was trying to do. And his head got chopped off.
Very quickly.
He was literally going to sacrifice his honor so that his family was safe. Remember, he was going to admit.
And it didn't do anything.
No,
When
I mean, well, it did something.
ever done something that wasn't in your interest, but solely for the benefit of the family?
The day that you were born.
This is when everybody, like, if you're in school or something, everybody just shuts up.
Instead, I let you live, and I brought you up as my son, because you're a Lannister.
Imagine your father saying that he wanted to let you drift off in the waves of the sea. That's awful.
They all laughed at me. All those high lords, they all thought they were better than me. Ned Stark, Hoster Tully.
I need his head off of his shoulders.
Here's to the young wolf. Oh,
Forever young.
He does not. Did he assassinate him? Is he gonna assassinate him?
Ramsay has his own way of doing things.
Oh, girls weren't lying. You had a good size.
He's the bastard son of Roose Bolton.
Is he? Dude.
No. Pork sausage. You think I'm some sort of savage? People talk about phantom limbs. An amputee might have an itch where his foot used to be.
This guy's sadistic.
Really?
Kill me! You're no good to me, dead. We need you. You don't look like a Theon Greyjoy anymore. You're just meat. Stinking meat. You reek. Reek! That's
Oh,
a good
no.
name for you.
Oh, I thought he was gonna like allude it to something like reek. Maybe we should bathe you. And then
What's your name?
Young Greyjoy.
I'm curious where your head's at.
Is
what?
your name?
Are you happy this is happening to him or not?
My name
Reek. I don't think he deserved like this bad, but he's definitely getting. I would have expected him to be a prisoner, maybe just suffer like that way. I didn't think he was gonna get his dick chopped off. And this dude, like, I wouldn't wish this on my worst. Joffrey could probably go on his cross.
Don't kill me!
Jesus.
Gilly, don't.
Sam is here.
Freaking not who I was expecting. Why do you sound like a ghoul?
You're John's brother. The one who fell from the window.
No, I'm not.
Hard to deny.
And I've heard all about Hodor.
Hodor. He's just blushing.
You're my brother too, and anything I can do to help you, I will.
Take us north of the wall.
He's like anything but that.
You saw the White Walkers and the army of the dead.
How do you know that?
The Night's Watch can't stop them. Kings of Westeros and all their armies can't stop them.
That's real negative.
I have to go north. I have to.
Dude, I'd be so pissed. Dude, I'll do anything. I'll do anything. You're like a brother to me. Bring me back to where you just came from.
Yeah.
I would have took 2 steps back towards the well and just went just jumped back down. Just disappeared.
And back to those shit-stained rocks you call home. On the first night of the
Ain't
full
no way.
moon, I will hunt down
He's in a box with his dick.
lands and flay them living.
I don't know.
In the box, you'll find a special gift. Theon's favorite toy.
That's a dick. That's definitely a dick.
Leave the north now, or more boxes will follow with more Theon.
Start a new life, a good life, far from here.
Why do you want me to leave?
Tyrion Lannister is one of the few people alive who can make this country a better place.
You are a complication.
Oh boy.
I'm asking you to leave because your presence in the capital endangers him.
Does.
If he wants me to leave, he can tell me himself.
I would be like, nah, fuck that, and I'm taking your diamonds.
I wish people said that more in like text breakups, like, oh, I'm breaking up with you. And then someone's like, nah, you're going to have to do it in person, buddy.
Yeah.
It doesn't count.
Nope.
But wait, what?
I'll see you in a little bit. I'm coming over.
None of the Starks had much to say by the end of that meal. I'll tell you what, though. The hardest thing was getting that wolf's head to stay on the body.
Oh, you fucking...
It was me. And Malcolm and Talbot.
Yeah, you seem like you did it.
This time, took the skin right with it. What we ended up having to do was hook the needle right under the collarbone, give it a nice firm mooring, and... What do you want?
Mind if I keep warm?
Fuck off.
I've got money. Sorry.
Oh, shit.
Okay, Arya.
She needed that.
She just got a lot of pent-up anger out right there. And look at that stone cold fucking look.
Next time you're going to do something like that, tell me first.
That's a dangerous duo too, because if she's gonna turn cold-blooded like that, you already got the Hound who doesn't give a fuck.
That's her Bravosi
Yeah.
coin that
Valar
Morgul, all men must die.
You dumb fuck. You let her track you? You clearly didn't go very far.
I have to go home now. I know you won't hurt me.
Don't say that.
You know nothing, Jon Snow.
Alright, we got it.
I do know some things. I know I love you.
What the fuck? She said,
You've only got some words you can say right here, buddy.
yeah. It's like dangerous. Ugh, you fucking idiot.
Horse is like, oh, I'm getting lucky on this one.
Horse is like, yo, get off of me. The fuck's wrong with you?
Is the life of one bastard boy against a kingdom.
Everything.
The boy must die.
It's just not, you're not going to get through to him.
What are you doing?
You're leaving.
Is this some kind of trick?
Yes, but not on you.
Very risky, because if he does escape, they're going to know that Sir Davos did it.
You ever been in a boat before?
No.
You know how to swim?
No.
Don't fall out.
Why are you doing this?
Because it's right. And because I'm a slow learner. When you get to free bottom, have a bowl of brown for me.
So now it's more dangerous, because you just put him into basically a giant death trap.
Well, I mean, he's taking his chance.
He has a very high chance of just kidding. If he fucking leans wrong and that shit tips, he's dead.
John, it's us.
I don't think he can see us.
Looks at you.
You're home. Carry him inside. Gently.
You guys weren't getting medical attention while he was laying there? You guys wanted to fucking sit there and stare at him while he's on the ground? I would have been like, yo, go get some shit. He's bleeding out.
Cersei.
Don't walk up and kiss him. If you do, that's fucking gross.
You don't deny it.
No. I let him go.
Your mercy saved the boy's life.
Daggers.
It did.
I, Stannis, of the House Baratheon, first in my name, rightful king of the Andals, and the first men sentence you to die.
I understand. You're gonna need me.
Take him away.
Well, I'm gonna need you.
My king.
Shut up, bitch. Shut up. Fuck, she's annoying.
From Mhysa Aemon of the Night's Watch. Our Lord Commander is dead. One lad did, though. What he saw beyond the wall, it's coming. For all of us.
You see that in the flames? Ho?
When did you learn to read?
Davos taught me before he died so I could be of better service to you.
Not even throwing his daughter under the bus.
Right.
This war of 5 kings means nothing. The true war lies to the north, my king.
Bitch, why didn't you mention that before?
What did I just say?
He's right. You need him.
Oh.
He has a part to play in the war to come.
Yeah, bro, I've been telling you all along, yo. She's right. She's been right.
She sees the future in the fire, bro. What do you
Yeah,
mean?
listen to her. You should always listen to her.
The whole town came out. All right, all right.
Zavazersko en kajiva derve.
No.
Tarri chelvazie en kot daor. Jevik te bagon daor.
Okay.
Dervi jeri sidibilos daor. Gemele meli sidibilos. Lo miri ziri. Mesmalgon bestila. Olvis jevis.
Mhysa!
I don't know what that means. But oh wait, that's the name of the episode.
It means mother.
That's a cool
Dude,
shot.
look at them on fucking standby, son.
Sovetis.
Dracarys. What? Oh my god. Dude, that's so nuts. They also had to be wild to film. Like you have to walk in a sea of people yelling Mhysa. That would feel weird. That's so sick.
Damn, I'm getting goosebumps again.
What the fuck? That's a crazy shot.
In the army too?
Yeah. Oh, I got goosebumps. That was crazy.
All right. That was the Game of Thrones Season 3 finale, Episode 10, Mhysa. Bet that name makes a lot more sense now. If you guys liked what you were watching, leave a like down below. It would mean a lot. Also, help us reach our 1,000 subscribers goal by the end of the year by hitting that subscribe button. You can also hit that bell notification button the next time you want to see when a new video comes out. If you want to watch our full-length reaction to this, you can check it out on Patreon. The link's in the description. You can also watch our full-length reaction to the next 3 episodes as well. But yeah, Zay, what are your thoughts on the episode?
Really good finale. Really dope season finale. She's now, now has young Kai seems like is gonna be loyal to her. I mean, all the people were basically calling her mom, which you could definitely say means that they're on her side now and they look like they want to side with her. There's just a lot that just happened. It seemed like they tried to go across like every main character that's kind of remaining right now and like try to like tie up not tie up loose ends, but kind of like get an update to lead into the next season. So
right. I mean, I guess first off, we kind of got some more of a background between like Tyrion, Tywin, and Joffrey. So what's your thoughts on that whole situation? Tyrion is talking back to Joffrey. Tywin is, talking down to Joffrey. What are your thoughts about if there are going to be any repercussions to that or if they're going to be successful in what they're doing?
I don't know if they're going to see repercussions for it. I mean, it's pretty clear. I don't think anyone's arguably happy about him being king. Even when, just to kind of call forward, even when Tyrion was sitting down with Cersei and they were talking, and he basically said, how much longer will this go on? And I don't know. I couldn't. Now, maybe I got it out of the wrong context, but it almost seemed like how much longer, like, are we going to have to suffer this bullshit, like kind of with him leading and everything? I kind of missed the context that they were saying when he said it, because they were talking about Joffrey and having kids and all this stuff. And it was kind of like, kind of got muddled when they were saying.
Well, Tywin was basically saying, if you think Joffrey is the most
Tyrion, and I was calling forward to when Tyrion and Cersei were talking. Remember when
Tyrion was just telling Cersei, like, Cersei was trying to convince Tyrion to give Sansa children, and Tyrion was questioning that doing that, especially because if you see Cersei's children, and how could Sansa kind of ever love someone if they turn out like that? And Cersei was basically telling her story of like,
But I was
I did
saying,
love him more,
I'm
pretty
talking
much when
about
he was
towards the
little.
end of the conversation where he's like, how much longer will this go on? She said, until all of our enemies are dead. And he said, every time we kill one, two more spawn up. She goes, and it will go for a long time. That's where I'm wondering what they were.
I think he's just talking about this muse, this charade of
Maybe.
wanting
But
power and trying to do all this and that and trying to be on the throne.
it's interesting. I mean, Tywin again is basically showing Tyrion that like he doesn't give a shit about Tyrion. He's like, your name is the only thing that keeps you alive, which
Mhm.
arguable because he talks back to the king, and really him being a Lannister's the only reason. Joffrey makes a lot of threats to him, but he never does anything. They dance a fine line where it's like, will Joffrey do something eventually? Will he eventually say like, no, I don't care? Because he is at the end of the day king, you know?
Right.
So they're dancing a fine line with that.
Yeah, we'll have to see. Next on the list, we have we get to learn who that mysterious guy was this whole time, torturing Theon, and it
Mhm.
was Roose Bolton's bastard son.
Yeah.
So I'm curious, what are your thoughts on him? What are your thoughts on the fact that Roose Bolton was now pretty much named King, Warden of the North, I guess you could say, which is another
Mhm.
word for like, it's kind of like King of the North, but
Right.
it's titled Warden of the North. And, his position there and how that might affect Ramsay and Theon's situation. And also, we have Theon's sister coming supposedly to get him. So, how do you think all that's going to turn out?
I
What's your
don't know
perspective?
if like him becoming warden is gonna play too much into like if here I can't tell if he's just doing because it seems like he's almost doing it more out of like enjoyment. Because like arguably you could he's not asking questions, he's not getting information
Well,
from
no,
Theo.
his father, Bruce, is Warden of the
I
North
know.
now.
I'm saying Ramsey's acting on his own accord, pretty much is what it feels like. He's not in this episode. Did he ask him any questions? Did he get any? He's not getting information from him. He's just
Right.
torturing the shit out of the guy. Like,
Right. Well, we know that he's using him to get the Ironborn to retreat, or that's what he's
right.
trying to do by
Well,
sending
yeah,
them.
attempting to. But you would think that, when you do stuff like that, you kind of jumps the gun a little bit. Like usually you'd be like, "We have your son," and then it's
I mean,
like,
that's basically what he said. But he
but
said,
then
"Here's
he also
here's his
chopped his
dick to
dick
prove
off,
it."
like
Yeah.
because some people would see that as like as basically like an act of aggression. Like you mutilated our son. Like fuck retreating. No, in fact, we're gonna come now. I mean, she was basically like, we're going to get him.
Right.
Some people would have seen it as like, holy shit, they have him. Maybe we can bargain. What they want us to leave? Like, you know what I'm saying? Now, I don't think that I don't think that they would. They're pretty steadfast and they seem pretty like they're like they wouldn't back down to some threats from, even him being the warden of the North, that him being Roose. But I'm interested to see. I was wondering if his sister was going to be like the father or
Uh-huh.
if she was gonna like get that empathy because they were kind of separated in a sense, and I mean it shows that she cares a little bit. She cares at some point about Theon and about her family. So it will be
Yeah.
interesting to see her get there and what will happen if she makes it. Who knows?
Yeah. Yeah. We'll have to see how that turns out. Sam met. We had a little crossover with Sam and
Yeah.
Bran. That was interesting, and Bran is stating that he's trying to go north of the Wall
Yeah.
because supposedly that will help end things. I guess
Right.
to vaguely say. So I'm curious what you think that might all be about. What you think is going to happen now that John has arrived back at the Wall, and that meeting up with Sam again. Do you think Sam's going to explain things? Like, what's your perspective on that whole
Yeah,
situation?
I think Sam's gonna be kind of like the kind of like poster child of like the information about that because he's arguably, I mean, he's seen the whole army, if not, well, most of the army, if not all the army, because when he was in the one spot and the what and
He's definitely seen a number of them.
right, so he's seen a lot. He's killed, and the biggest thing is that he's killed one, but it appears he gave all of that dragon glass to um Bran Odor, so I feel like I would have maybe he didn't give it all, but like I feel like I definitely would have kept some to kind of be
Uh-huh.
like to bring back and be like, I killed one with this. What is it like? And then that way they can research. I mean, I guess he can go back and be like, yo, I don't know what dragon glass is. I know I've heard of it. I don't know where it is, how we find it, how we make it, but it will kill them. Because if you can make weapons out of dragon glass, arguably you could say they could win if they're, the one just dissipated, completely shattered like a freaking piece of glass. So, and I'm excited to hopefully see Bran and Jon link up. It's been a
Maybe we
while.
know Jon is at the wall and Bran is heading north of the wall.
And
So
it's gonna be interesting too, because last time, I mean, when Jon left, Bran was, bedridden because he was crippled. Bran might get there and see Jon bedridden from his injuries. I mean, he did take 3 arrows, so
possibly, yeah, we'll have to see how that goes. Next on us, we have Varys trying to pay Shay off and telling her
yes.
leave because you're a danger to Tyrion. And, she's basically said if Tyrion wants me to leave, he can tell me himself.
Yeah.
How do you think that's all going to play out? What's your perspective on that? What do you think she should do in a situation like this? I'm curious.
Oh, I don't think she's gonna leave. I mean, I don't know. Well, I guess she's gonna have the conversation with Tyrion, I believe. It's pretty obvious, or it seems highly likely that Tyrion basically told Varys, like, give her this, please, like, try to convince her to go. Probably because he can't bear to say it himself. I mean, it's kind of hard, like, even though he's with Sansa, he's not in love with Sansa, he's still in love with Shay. It'd be smart for her to leave because it's more dangerous for her and it's a hindrance to him, like he was saying, because mentally, if Joffrey just finds out who Shay really is and decides to capture her, torture her, this, that, and the other thing, you have Tyrion by the balls, most likely, because that's his love, and she's highly likely to get killed if she is found out for what she is. Cersei already thought that she had Tyrion's love and was like willing to take her out, basically. So I think it's going to be a very interesting, and I wonder if Sansa. Well, does Sansa know her and Tyrion are a thing? No. Okay, so that would also be interesting. Does Sansa find out, and that could change how she looks at everything. We didn't even see Tyrion and Sansa hang out again after what appeared to be Sansa finding out about her family dying. So I don't even think she wants to talk to Tyrion. She probably wants nothing to do with him, be near him. She doesn't want to be near Lannisters.
Especially not after, like you said, what she heard. So.
Or sharing the Lannister last name.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably doesn't want a child with them either. So we'll have to see how that turns out. Next on the list, we have Stannis, right? So Stannis' whole situation with Sir Davos and Gendry, and Sir Davos sending Gendry free, and Stannis basically being pretty much at this point convinced he's got to do whatever he's got to do to get the throne. If that means blood magic, that means blood magic. But then the Red Woman said, nah, there's something worse happening up north. So what's your whole perspective on that? The Red Woman clearly wants to handle things that's happening up north. And so are you supporting her now? Do you still not agree with her?
I mean, I'm not a huge fan of her. She's now centralizing, focusing their efforts in the right direction, which is the north. I mean, she basically said, this war doesn't matter. This war that we're fighting internally, if anything, I'm assuming what she saw was if we fight this war, we're gonna lose that war. Like, worry about this after we do that, because for all we know, I mean, she said this war with the 5 kings is like nothing compared with what's north. 4 of the kings could die. Stannis could be the last standing king at the end of it and just become king naturally if he's really meant to be king,
Possibly.
And, so I think it was, I mean, Davos got bailed out. I think it also kind of played his hand. Like, he was willing to take that risk knowing that this information he had in his pocket was very, very important. However, who knows if that prophecy was a little bit different, like this matters up north, but we still need to fight this war. They might have just killed Davos anyway. If he really wasn't that necessary, but we will see.
Yeah, we'll have to see that. Arya unleashed some pent-up aggression in this episode.
About time I saw her release some aggression. Holy shit.
And you kind of said it yourself. We've got an interesting duo here right now with the Hound and Arya. How How do you think that's going to play out? We know Arya holds some anger towards the Hound for killing the butcher's boy.
Right.
Remember from the season
Yeah.
1. So I'm curious how you think that's going to play out. Do you think that there's going to be conflict between them at some point, or do you think that they're going to actually work together?
I think that there'll naturally be conflict. I mean, because she's still a child. So, and you saw what she did. All he said was, next time you're going to do something like that, let me know. Because he basically had to rush over there. He doesn't know what she's doing. He doesn't know that she's planning on killing that man. And but I think that they'll run into like some, differences and things, but ultimately I think they'll work together because their goals kind of the same. They don't Now she hates the Lannisters and the Hound like hates him even more. And the Hound doesn't like the Lannisters point blank period, does not like Joffrey. So they kind of have a common enemy. It's kind of like two people. It's almost, what like my enemy's enemy is my friend,
Kind of like Sir
like
Davos and the Red Woman.
right. So it's like, you know what, we can work together, but we might see a relationship develop between them where it's like almost like it could be like a father-daughter relationship. She doesn't have a dad anymore. The Hound could teach her more swordsmanship stuff. I don't know how refined her swordsmanship really got because she didn't really get lessons for that long from
Right.
what's his name. So it will be interesting. And they could, dude, that's like having a little child. You could have her wander, like if you need to, you could trap people by having her look like a helpless girl just walking about, and then the Hound coming in from, you know what I'm saying? Like, and you saw what she did. I'll pay you for the food. Dink. Whoops, I dropped it. And as soon as he bent over, dang, dang, bang, like, you know what I'm saying? So be
Yeah.
crazy to see.
Yeah. Jamie arrives in King's Landing with Brienne and finally gets a reunion with Cersei.
Mhm.
How do you think that reunion may go? How do you think that may affect either of the two going forward and their positions, especially now that Jamie doesn't have a hand? What do you
Mhm.
think is in store for Brienne at this point? What's your perspective on that?
I wonder if Brienne is gonna kind of go into like Jamie's service, kind of how she was for Catelyn. She doesn't really have anywhere to go now, but they also can't really reveal that Brienne had any relation to Catelyn because for if as soon as you say that this was Catelyn's guard, and if she finds out that Catelyn's dead, then my immediate first thought is, yo, she'll kill you in your sleep, or she'll probably try to kill us in her. Like she has a grudge against you guys now. So, um, yeah, it's a sticky situation for Brienne. I don't know if
How do you
King's.
think that's going to affect the relationship between Jamie and Brienne if she ever finds out? We don't know how long she has to live at this point.
I
So
don't know if that would. I don't know. I think it would put it on the rocks for sure. That's like part of me wants to say like might be able to separate it because Jamie didn't have anything to really do with the death. However, you're still a Lannister, and people hold that like, it's in this show, and in this show, it's like if my father commits a crime, they basically assume that because I'm his son, I'd do it, or like I'm a part of it, or you're as bad as him because you are his
right.
child. So finding out that Tywin got them killed could immediately make Brienne think like Jamie's just as bad. You're still the Kingslayer, like you know what I'm saying? And it could, I mean, it could just cause a lot of turmoil between those two.
How do you think Cersei's going to be affected by all this? She's been pretty she's not really had to think about much in terms of like the relationship side of things other than not getting married to Sir Loras, but now her lover per se is back. So do you think that will make her even more motivated to do what she's doing? Do you think it would cloud her judgment? Like what do you think is going on with Cersei now that Jamie's back and how that may affect things
It's
with her?
gonna cause a fucking issue. Well, it's gonna cause her problems because, I mean, she said that she's not gonna marry Sir Loras. How she's getting around that, I'm very curious about. But if Tywin puts down his fist and is like, "No, you're marrying Sir Loras. Like, we have the wedding plan." I'm interested. Like, how are you gonna tell Jamie that? Are you gonna try to get Sir Loras killed so that way you can prevent it from happening? Because if Sir Loras dies, then she's not really forced to marry him. They wouldn't have to. And then, what if Tywin's like, you need to have a child with Sir Loras to clear our name? Like, like what he's doing with Tyrion. Like, you need to have a child with Sansa. You know, um, put the family first. You know, the man who puts the family first, they stay around longer. So her judgment is going to be more clouded. It's a distraction. That's what, like, you know, love is. Like you were saying, she didn't have to worry about that before. She might have longed for him, missed him, whatever, you know, but it's a lot different having somebody now there in the flesh you can see and possibly start sneaking around with to bang because you guys were doing it before. So, you know,
Yeah, we'll
and if
have to
that gets
see.
caught, and if you get caught, like if Brienne saw and she's
Who
like, what
knows?
the fuck? Yeah, I don't know.
Anything can happen. And then lastly, we have Dany basically telling the slaves that they're free now, and they
Yeah.
all refer to her as Mhysa, otherwise known as Mother. And it seems like she has the support of a lot of people now. What do you think is going to happen with that going forward? You know, what do you think? How's that going to change the dynamic of things? Do you think she is ready to sail to Westeros? What's your
I don't think
what's
she's
your
ready
perspective on
to
all that?
sail to Westeros. The issue is that you have 8,000, you have those 8,000 unsullied men that are trained soldiers, very well trained soldiers. You had slave soldiers that as soon as they thought they were going to lose, basically threw down their weapons. I imagine her first plan of attack, military wise and strategically, would be to have the Unsullied become like have the best soldiers from the Unsullied, basically become trainers for these slaves or for the ones that want to serve. She'd find out who wants to serve under her as an actual soldier. The rest of you can live life how you should have been able to live life, free, enjoying it, yada yada, because you guys aren't slaves anymore. And once she has that army more refined down and more, you know, I mean, because she just came upon a ton of gold and money and ships. So she is in a position now where she's not like scrambling looking for resources and stuff. Like she really found kind of like a capital per se in a way.
Well, how do you think she basically ransacked Karth and left? What do you think is going to happen now that she has all of these bodies and there are no masters? So, like, how do you think she's going to elect people to, you know, run these bodies? Like, there's a whole city
I
now
think
she's
she
in front
has
of.
to. I think she has to, and I think she will. But I think
Okay.
but she has to be very careful about it
Do you
because
think she would use her people, the Unsullied? Do you think
I
would
think
use Ser Jorah or somebody like that? Do you think she'll find somebody else? What do you think is going to go on
I
with
think a
that?
mix of her people, maybe like Unsullied or two, and then maybe a couple people from that city. I mean, the only people that are going to know the city that well and the people that well are the people that are actually have lived there. So if you
Mhm.
can find someone that's decently educated, you know, decent head on their shoulders and stuff. I mean, I'm not saying it's likely. Even like they're looking at her as mother and stuff, but there are going to be people when a foreigner comes in and takes over, it's like, okay, but you've never lived here. Like, you know, how is she going to make the best decisions for these people? Like, she's just kind of guessing. In general, her general statement was, "You guys are free now." That to them,
Maybe she
that's the
doesn't.
greatest thing that's ever happened because they weren't free before. They're like,
Maybe she just leaves. It could happen. There
mm,
could be a number of things. Maybe she doesn't even think about that. We'll have to see how that turns out.
I wouldn't be surprised if they stayed there. I
You
wouldn't be.
think? You think
Yeah.
so?
I think it's a really good you're in a pretty good position right now. You now have
But
ships. You
she
now
has
have
a mission, right? So what
Of
is
course.
staying at a city going to do for her?
Well, staying on a city until you're ready to leave. You can't just I don't think she's just gonna be like, all right, cool, like let's keep going. Because now you
So
that
you
no
don't
ma-
think she's going to elect people to
I
stay
think
there and be in
if
charge?
anything, she might elect people to take her place when she leads the army over to
Okay.
Westeros, but with the intent of being like, I'm still, you know, I'm still me. So like when I come back, like, you know, it's still, you know, Mira or Misa. So it's like, you know, I imagine that's kind of how the dynamic is supposed to be. But that always gets me nervous too, because you're leaving. You're not there. People collude, people talk, you know. So I mean, we'll see. But I'd be scared of a woman with dragons, period. I probably wouldn't try to cross her anyway. Be like,
Yeah. we'll have to see what happens going forward. But with that being said, again, that was Game of Thrones Season 3 finale, Episode 10, Mhysa. If you liked what you were watching, leave a like down below. Subscribe to stay tuned for more and help us reach that 1,000 subscribers by the end of the year goal. It would be greatly appreciated. Also, if you want to check out our full-length reaction to this and to the next 3 episodes, you can check that out on Patreon. With that being said, Isaiah, I know you have a Twitch.
Yes, I do. I stream Sunday through Friday, guys. Come tune in. Cameron and I stream on Tuesdays and Fridays together. Come hang out. I've been playing more competitive games, but Cameron and I are going to be doing playthroughs and like zombies and stuff like that. More, casual, more fun, more interesting. Kind of spice it up on my channel. I should have a YouTube channel up by now where I'll be uploading playthroughs as well. Those will probably be more solo, but along with funny clips and moments from us playing together with our friends and everything. So come tune in, come talk to us in the chat. No spoilers, please. It's always a blast to have people in there to engage with. And Cam, I know you also have a Twitch.
Yep, just your average Cam. You can check that out. Link in the description. I'm playing games like Elden Ring and whatnot. And if you're interested in that kind of stuff, you can check me out. If you want to just see highlights from our moments, you can check that out in the link in the description as well. We have a gaming channel, Cam&Zay Games. And also, we are heading into watching Game of Thrones Season 3 history and lore right after this.
Yes.
So if you want to check that out, that should be available on Patreon as well. With that being said, we'll see you guys on the next one.
Peace.
Peace.